Hello, so in this video I'm gonna be covering the last part, and that is MCP and creating custom agents, right? So for example, for Upstash, right? It had to be like this in the terminal, Claude MCP add scope Upstash, email, and API key, for example, you have from here, right? You just create API key and that's basically it. And what comes next? Go back. So next thing is like for fly.io. So for that I needed to brew install it, fly auth login, then I would get like this auth page. I paste in the code, and now with this one you can register it. So for example, if I run, let me just fly MCP scope use, just copy this one, and as you can see it's added to scope basically. And for example Airtable, I did it a little bit differently. I think I actually added in Claude desktop. It has like a custom plugin for a particular apps, and that like obviously gives you your agent or your LM direct contact with, I don't know, database and so forth, can alter it, right? For example, can you read what records I have in now I can actually Upstash for pulse. Let's see how it's gonna read it. Actually don't need to open this one, because here I have the records that I in my previous videos already as well like filled in. Now let's see if it can directly access, and it should. Let me see. So it's reading. Takes some time. I think it as well depends, because if it's of the model, what kind of model. Model is extra high, so not default summit. Let's see what I get. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it did get like a snapshot. Okay, so it's just with REST API, but okay, as you can see. So MCP is not needed, it was able to do with API, but nonetheless, open, close. Okay, and now for example, if I would ask about because I do have Airtable as well, let me check Airtable. If you don't know, it's like a little bit, it's quite similar to Excel, just more modern. As you can see, oh, okay, it's actually, was it actually added now? For example, let me see if, I think you could actually do it right now. Let me see, go back. So you can see MCP is really strong, to say the least. So it got ID, table name. Actually, I want to ask for it to actually delete some of the rows, but some of the like notes assigned. Let me see if it can do it from here. Just to showcase like in real time how beneficial it actually is. Let me just minimize this one, maximize this one, close this one. Can you delete notes, assign me status, attachments, anything else? Attachments, what else? Okay, for example, now I can go attachments. Okay, now it's reading, and add to, or actually, and change name to stock. This is stock, and add. Let's see how it's gonna do, because as you can see here, a lot of things that are not needed, and I'm curious how it's gonna vibe it, and maybe you'll see it real time how OP it actually is. And you can see here is it like the data it was done before, and I could actually use it for future analysis and assessment, and possibly give it to my other LLM like Gemini, right? Because occasionally I just make a screenshot, right? And like I don't have option to export, so this is quite beneficial for me. So let's see what's gonna actually do it. I think I'm actually gonna have to refresh and see if it can work out. The updated field, it's a success throw. So I guess it's from there's a REST JSON output success throw. Let me know. Oh, as you can see, here it changed the name as talk name just through MCP, but it still has not assigned status and so on. Maybe I have to refresh, but here I did need to refresh, and you saw that I didn't touch this field. It all did by itself. Okay, I think it's gonna delete. Okay, but I guess that's basically the gist of it. And yeah, let's continue on the next steps. Okay, one last thing. I wanna as well ask if it couldn't do it. Okay, it says it cannot delete, but you can see it did rename it from basically Claude code, right? So there's like a lot of benefits of it. Let me just this still works. So now let's get into agents and try to combine them in a beautiful way. To start off, create 3 agents. I'm just throwing off as an option. And what other agent should we have? I think now the third and final one maybe. The 3 agents will be created, and all of them would have a particular delegated task. Now under here you can see we did have rules. We started with rules, then I think it was rules with Claude MD, then we had hooks, then skills I think, and now we're filling in the last gap, that is creating a custom agent. So it's now thinking, and I will show shortly how it can be utilized before like writing any code, right? I think this is the new way to do projects. Should take some time. Okay, now it's allowing, okay, access, bad substitute. Okay, it looks if it's present. Okay, here I'm determines read only portfolio. Order trading scope. Okay, I think just read only because there is trading. Will not want that, so just that. Then you have another question because remember Claude is like the, I think this one is parent of everything, and then it utilizes I guess particular skill role I guess. Let's see how it's gonna reply because this one is not adjusted with newest approach. So if I okay, now I think it adjusted. Okay, now as you can see it created first agent. Here you can look. Use a question about life, now trading, positions. So same rule like name of the agent. Here you have description and tools bash, read, grab, globals. So let me now it's creating other agents. So read only assessment agent, single trading 2-on-2 account. Here in the specify the env keys for it to access more possibly the data rate, and then possibly as well to figure out how to delegate things correctly. Reuse same request shape as here infrastructure. Here giving out a default bash script, and to give out array of I think this one is then connecting to Redis possibly. So it's all read only. Okay, so next one. Created. Allow creating, yes. So now this as a data agent, historical or cache. So it's gonna have both as implied. This Upstash for Redis cache and Airtable. So you can see here it actually specifies tools that it can use. This particular agent. Here this overall description as always. So here it shows base table, so I don't have to, I guess, go around. So Redis Upstash. Here is how to access it. Upstash Redis with keys, right? And now deployment agent as the last one, I think. For fly.io machine tools, bash, read, grab, and global. Here's the deployment specialist of portfolio post fly app. There's pending, and here are like other commands it can use. Okay, I think that's basically it. And you can see each scope with its own tools MCP, right? For me personally, like stands more than one. Does Airtable match with trading 2-on-2 show live right now? So it will invoke agent rightfully, and I think this is a more correct way to go around the project. You at first create these ones, actually read them through, because for it to follow your particular guidelines and then start coding and whatnot. Because this one is definitely, I think, essential to read through and to have a good moderation of what has to be done. Here as well. I'm curious if do our agents inherit. Actually interesting, because we can as well specify, I forgot, for a particular agent to invoke particular skill as well. So I don't think that was actually done, but let's see. And let's think somewhere. Agent access Redis Airtable. See here it as well specified that can use skills in particular order, because oh yeah, the agent, and here as well a flyout agent. So all three have been invoked. It seems. I just assume that it will showcase the agent name. The timeout correctly is a timeout. So it here specifies my orders, what I own, downside, audit resource, flight tunnel. Was it actually added? Okay, here it actually did add flight tunnel. A Docker was altered. Okay, that's great. Two cron machines, neither fly or tunnel. Fly hour status, fly mouses. So image nothing to deploy. Weekday guard placements, confirm price. Okay, that's great. Claude AI Airtable. I think this one's actually as well. Redis Keysum Airtable. Okay, great. Okay, some issues here, or deployment. Okay, it does show actually some issues, a root cause, and here as well some issue. Because as I mentioned in cursor actually showcases